part of ourselves do we not accept? What part of ourselves do we not understand? And really, if we can get into that place, and some stuff that we're carrying, maybe for years, God, it was really shitty that time when I was doing that back to those people back then, and God, I'm afraid to say that to anybody, and maybe, and I really find that in my work as a therapist, that when somebody manages to come out with the shadow side of themselves, it doesn't happen in the first stage generally, but when a trust in the relationship builds up and they can connect into the child part of themselves that's not integrated, that's not, that they don't accept, that they don't like that part of themselves. And so how can they go into that place of understanding yourself, this understanding that you might give to a relation or a friend? How can you give this now to yourself? And so just maybe imagining what part of yourself you don't like. Just thinking about that for a moment. What part of myself or my life do I not accept? Where's my shadow? And how can I integrate that? How could I bring that in? And so if we go back to the child within us, and so maybe if you think about yourself as a child, maybe if you can picture a photograph, maybe on the day of some celebration at school or some celebration in church or something like that, you just picture a photograph of yourself and you think of that child. And then there's a few lines of a poem that maybe with that picture in your mind, that you can think of this poem about the inner child, where it says, I came for you and found you there, deep within a darkened pool. You had waited, holding your breath for me. Never knew doubting that I'd do what I never knew I would. I gathered you, and you came up in my arms, and together we came up for air. The first breath rushing into our lungs, filling us with love and light and happiness. I came for you and carried you away. But as we started home, I noticed it was you who carried me, as you have always done. And so really connecting into that, really, really allowing yourself to connect to the child that's still alive inside of you. The child isn't buried. There's no death cert. Their heart is still beating. It's the same heart that's beating. It hasn't stopped to beat. It's the same lungs that's breathing in air. So the child is here with you. So it's not an imaginary fickle thing. It's not like, some outer stuff. It's this child that was there, the very same hands, same fingers, same DNA that was there as a child. And somehow can we maybe parent that child now, really connect with the child and let them know that this relationship will last. This will stay together. Make a commitment to this child. You can depend on me. I'll be there, and I'll always be there. And together we'll get through this. So we integrate that part of ourselves. And that's a long, lifelong friendship. We'll be together for as long as we're breathing. If we can do that, that's really beautiful for ourselves. Thank you.